let's head straight to the Qinhuangdao Stadium and your commentator, John Helm.
Yellow cards against the names of Abati and Silvestri won't have helped their causes for selection. Korea also with alterations to make, and notably in comes number 9, Shin Young-rok, the striker who's capable of scoring goals, and number 7, Oh Young-un, is the other newcomer to the starting lineup. Out code number 14, Baek, and also number 11, Lee. Kaziragi, former international striker, alongside him Gianfranco Zola, one of the most famous names in Italian footballing history. Park Sung-hwa is the coach of Korea, and he says they've spotted weaknesses in the Italian game, and he believes that they will score tonight. We shall see over the next 90 minutes. But certainly there is more self-belief about the Koreans than there ever used to be, when you consider their first ever tilt at Olympic Games footballing history came in London in 1948. They lost their opening match to Sweden 12-0. I think they'll do rather better than that tonight, even if they do get beaten. Italy start as the favourites, and this game in the preliminary Group D is underway. 4 groups of 4 in the men's competition, so 16 nations competing. And most of them among the superpowers, the Brazils and the Argentinas, the Italys. You expect them all to be here, and they are all here. That's going to be too far, I fancy. It is, just down the right for Shin Kwang-hung. Everybody here in the crowd looking forward in particular to seeing the number 10 of Italy, Sebastian Giovinco, who really was their star in that opening game against Honduras, with one cracking goal and a performance that earned him a standing ovation when he was substituted. But it's the Koreans who attack here with some spirit as well, and the ball pulled back into the 18-yard area, where it will be cleared by the Italian Nocerino. And he is their captain. Good dash down the touchline by Lee Kyun-ho. Italy tend to be slow starters often in major competitions, but they had the perfect opening with that victory over Honduras. Shin. Italy conceding possession. Well, the Koreans have added some steel to their game in recent years. I think hosting the World Cup finals of 2004 was probably the best thing that could possibly happen to the country in a footballing context. And Guus Hiddink, their Dutch coach, really put some fire into the team, and some strength and tenacity and determination, which was possibly lacking before. They're far more physical than they used to be. There's Tommaso Rocchi, the one overage player in the Italian lineup. He comes from Lazio, the club in Rome. And Kaziragi there says he believes that Rocchi will score plenty of goals in these Olympic finals. Free kick Korea taken by Kim Jin-kyu. The Koreans have 2 overage players in their ranks. One of the 26-year-old central defender Kim Dong-jin, and the other also 26, Kim Jung-woo, have played at senior World Cup level. Italy now with that movement down the right. They play a 4-4-2 formation. The left back position here, Domenico Criscito. A well-worked clearance to get the ball up there over the halfway line. The free kick is against Young Rock. A tall man as well, Young Rock. Interesting that Kaziragi should make as many as 3 changes despite a 3-0 win in that opening game. It's partly a question of rotation, but if there was a weakness in the side, it was definitely in the full-back positions, with the youngest member of the squad in particular, De Silvestri, really struggling. He conceded a penalty and was booked as well, so he's been left out. And so too is the other defender, Di Ceglier, which means that Marco Motta's been brought into the Italian defence and Crescito has switched from centre to left back. Motta there with his arm raised is very much an organiser. Well, there didn't look to be a great deal wrong there, but free kick is awarded Korea's way. Motta was regarded as the key defender, number 2 in your picture there in the qualifying campaign. Italy struggled to make it through. Free kick from Park, decides to leave it, and it's hit hard and low and wide of the left-hand post, guarded by goalkeeper Viviano. Poor response, poor result really from Kim Jin-kyu. Of course, in this competition in the Olympics, each country is allowed a couple of overage players. Everybody else is 23 years or younger. Neither side got a hang of the pictures yet. Number 7, Riccardo Montolivio there from Fiorentina, the only member of the Italian side from that famous Florence club. Again, free kick Italy. A few stoppages in the early moments here, with referee Ainvalle blowing the whistle quite frequently. Italy now move forward in numbers. The crowd here roaring in anticipation, and this is the player they've come to see. He wriggles and he rises to get between the 2 defenders and wins the free kick. And that's just the first hint of the danger presented by the tiny figure of Sebastian Giovinco. He is a handful. He has been likened to Roberto Baggio, the great forward of recent Italian times. Star of the 1990 World Cup, Roberto Baggio. I think he's even more diminutive is Giovinco, but he's sprightly and he's clever. And he wins a free kick here, from which Italy will attempt to profit. Vital moment already in the game, and it was curled in and fisted away by the goalkeeper Chung Song-pyong. And then that one bounces uncomfortably for him, but up and over the crossbar. Kushida, number 6 there, plays for Genoa. It's his first major tournament. Acrobatically hooked up to halfway. The Koreans have enough around here, but they concede the free kick. Italy winning far more free kicks than the opposition at the moment. Koda. More fluency about this Italian move. The ball just eluding the in-running Montolivio. Now Now this man is pacey, Lee. Not a bad ball in either.
It's out to Tosic, the lively little winger. Fraser out to the wing. Tomovic. Trying to angle the ball in. It might just fall rather nicely for Tosic, but eventually the defence closed him down.
Wonderful experience for these youngsters to be here in China competing in an Olympic Games. And they're both season campaigners really in terms of Olympics. Italy playing in their 15th games and Korea in their 6th in succession and 8th in all. And this is a good ball in, and the keeper's come from the line, but the flag is raised before Rocky can do any damage. Well, when the ball was played, Rocky was actually onside. The official got that one wrong. One thing I have noticed in the early games in the Olympic Games here, the early football matches in the Olympic Games in China, is that there's been hardly any dissent at all towards any refereeing decisions, which suggests that the discipline is very high everywhere. Korea with the ball in, it's not a bad one either, but the Italians are past masters at defending their net. Oh, that's another clumsy challenge on Giovinco. His reputation is going to go before him now after that performance. His was probably the outstanding individual showing in the opening round of games. And fouled by Sun Yueng. Koda, one of those brought into the starting lineup for this game. He had a very brief outing in the last match against Honduras. And of course, they were playing Cameroon. Another game in this group. Very vociferous support for the Korean side. Their throw-in is taken by Dongjin. Free kick Korea. Both sides are going to have to work hard. The humidity is a factor, but the match is being played in the evening here. It's coming up to 8 o'clock at night in China. So a good time of day for a match to be played. Flick of the boot has dispatched the ball into the path here of Shin Kwang-hoon, who creates space for himself and for the cross. Rocky not exerting too much energy in trying to get a ball there, which he regarded as a hopeless cause. And the Italians are being pegged back. Dongjin. And again Dongjin. Ball put away by Koda. Koreans certainly have much more confidence than they used to have. It's all very well them winning titles in Asia, but when it came to the world stage, they were invariably second best. But now they compete with just about everybody, and they've created a chance for themselves here. The ball skids through the penalty area. Youngrock unable to get a touch on it. It's a teasing ball played in by Kwang-hoon. Italy slowing things down with Kigarini. And then with Motta. Paganini here from the Atalanta club in Bergamo. This is where there's the buzz because he puts some pep into every single movement. Giovinco. Well won there by Montolivo for Italy. Still 0-0 here. Coming up to 14 minutes played. And the Italians trying to create the space for a shot. There haven't been too many yet. Rocky gets one in here. And it's well defended against. And then the second shot comes in. And is slapped wide of the goal. Well wide from Montolivo. Well, all those faces belong to Korean supporters. Sung Pyong is the goalkeeper here, a 23-year-old. Just beaten late on in that game with Cameroon in the 1-1 draw. There must have been a free kick there, one way or the other. And it's going against Young Rock. Play underway once more. Paganini, Rocky, he'll swing on the shots, whacked it in hard, and Italy scored. Italy have the lead after Rocky looked as though he might make it. It's Giuseppe Rossi who does, sweeping the ball wide of Sung Pyong, and Italy have their fourth goal of these Olympic Games without responses yet. And Giuseppe Rossi arrived at the perfect moment to glide the ball home. It's the 17th goal he's scored for his country in his 40th appearance at various levels, and a valuable goal indeed for Rossi, his second of these games. Rocky there swung on the shot, it came back off the defender, Rossi kept on running, and with the goalkeeper a little bit wrong-footed, Rossi sweeps Italy into the lead. Joyful moment for a young striker of whom great things are expected in the future. Italy 1, Korea 0. Well, Italy's senior side had the most disappointing European Championships in Austria and Switzerland. But their Olympic side is trying to make up for that. And he will be mightily disappointed there. There was an element of fortune about it in that Rocky's shot ricocheted off the defender, almost into the path of Rossi, and the goalkeeper was helpless. Motta. Taken along now by Giovinco. Down he goes, but no foul this time, says the referee from Austria. Well, he'll get his share of free kicks, and I've no doubt there'll be a number of occasions where he doesn't get them. It's not taking too long for Italy to find an advantage in the game. And the interesting aspect now will be how the Asians respond. They should certainly have a free kick for that. Ziraghi and Zola, the two head coaches of this Italian side, obviously delighted with the start the team has made again. It took them a long time to get the advantage against Honduras. They did get the advantage, which was just before half-time, 5 minutes before half-time. They took a stranglehold on the match, scoring twice in those 5 minutes and again soon after half-time. And then they took their foot off the pedals, really. Korea on the feel of the ball again. They want to settle back into the match, try and find an equaliser. There's a long time left yet for them to recover. That's the one good aspect. Chunhyo. And Chunhyo's continued his gallop here and will pull the ball back, prevented from going out for the corner by Kigarini. When the Italian break is on, and that may well have been a booking, but the referee's played a good advantage. Rocky here tries to thread it through. We'll get a second dig at the ball and nothing will happen. But what will be interesting now is if the referee takes action eventually against the Korean player that I think he thought of booking for the trip. He allowed play to continue because Italy had the advantage, but he could, in retrospect, bring out the yellow card. That was definitely a foul by Jung Rock. And Bocchetti. Montolivio back with Kigarini, who's happy to play the anchor role in midfield for Italy. Rossi's taking up intelligent wide positions as he does here, and there was a yellow card for Jung-woo Kim. Well, the referee did absolutely the right thing there. He allowed Italy to attempt to prosper, even though there had been a foul on one of their players. The fact that they didn't wasn't his fault. And then he booked the player who was the offender, which again was the right thing to do. It's a very lively game. It's pacey. The Italians a goal to the good. Korea trying to come back at them. The Italians are looking all-powerful at the moment. Rossi, nimble footwork from him. And the Italians are applying quite a bit of pressure here. He certainly made an impression. Marco Motta, just 22 years of age. He'd be upset to be left out of that opening game against Honduras. But he's come and made an impact. Not quite as much as this man so far, though. Giuseppe Rossi with the only goal. He scored 11 last year in Spain's La Liga for Villarreal. And he's got 2 in the Olympic finals. Free kick. Oh, and punched out. The goalkeeper would have been unsighted. And the shot sends it flying wide with the left boot of Bocchetti. A chance for Italy to make it 2. And Bocchetti couldn't take that chance. Buck must be concerned about the way his side is defending right now and getting pushed back all the way. No doubt about which goalkeeper is the busier. I can only remember Viviano, the Italian goalkeeper, I think touching the ball once. Twice. We've done a good marking job on Giovinco so far. Kigarini, Montolivio. Poor ball from Montolivio. And the Korean break is on. Led here by Kim. And, free kick, but no card. Giuseppe Rossi, very much a burgeoning talent. He was, of course, on the books of Manchester United. Found opportunities extremely limited at Old Trafford. Went to Newcastle United for a loan spell, but then decided to chance his arm in Spain with Villarreal. It's paid off for him. And the free kick was almost paying up for the Koreans as well. And he's rather lucky to get away with this one, Viviano. It was driven in there by Sung-Young. Curling. It just needed a touch. The player who was close to it was Dongjin. But Sung-Young's free kick there almost found a way through. Sung-young, the second youngest player in this squad, he's just 19. It was almost a magical moment for him in the Olympic Games. Motta's a good talker from Torino. But the unquenchable spirit of the Koreans will be to the fore here. They keep going, no matter what the scoreline. They're trailing by 1 just after the midpoint of the first half. Torino. Now Montolivio. Italy very, very good at keeping the ball, keeping control of it. Slowing the pace down and just looking to add a bit of dash when they can. Which is what Montolivio may do here. Looking for that killer ball. They have to bide their time and start from the back again. Cody will bring it out. Somebody comes to help out. It's somebody being Montolivio. And the Koreans are content just to sit back at the moment and let Italy have the ball because they're not doing much with it. Torino, Montolivio. It's as though it's overhit though. And all that passing got them absolutely nowhere, and now they must defend. Which they do well, Koda. Definitely in control of the ball, the Italians, but creating little. Chu-young, otherwise known as Park, is probably the leading striker in this Korean side. The Asian Young Player of the Year, Chu-young. Hit long, and well, he hesitated momentarily, and then the shot dribbles well wide. Just wears Young Rock on the back of his shirt. Scored 3 times at the World Under-20 Championships, Young Rock Shin. Italy then a goal up. Giuseppe Rossi with an instinctive effort, following in after an effort by Tommaso Rocchi had been blocked. Longer ball, too long for Rocchi this time. Tommaso Rocchi there, brought in for this match by Casiraghi. He didn't feature at all against Honduras. Here still wanting to see more of Giovinco. He hasn't had the same impact on this game as yet as he did on the match with Honduras, but it did take 40 minutes for Italy to get going in that one. Here they're on the scoreboard much earlier. Crescito's throw-in for them. All these young players are regulars in Serie A in Italy. Many of them, I'm sure, have massive futures ahead of them at the full international level. When you consider some of the players who've come through and played in Olympics before for the Azzurrini. The Zambrotas and the Ambrosinis. And Gilardino, they all played in the Olympic Games before making an impact at top level. So you're looking at stars of the future here, without doubt. I'm not quite sure what that message means from the Austrian referee. We all know the ball is round. And it's ended in the Korean net once so far. Sung Pyong here, who plays for the Seongnam Ilhwa club. He is 23. And once again, the free kick goes against that tall man, Young Rokshin. And the Italians would know all about his height. Those goals he scored at the World Under-20 Championships, he netted against Brazil and USA last year in Canada. And 2 years before that, he scored a goal against Switzerland. So he's been around for a year or two. It's free kick against Dongjin. Chigarini. Cross, and dangerously Rocky was coming in, and Italy will have a corner here. Remember, they've scored 4 times in the Olympic Games and they've not conceded as yet in 120 minutes play. And if Italy do win tonight, they'll become the first country to register 100 points in Olympic Games footballing history. And a chance of a second goal here if Rossi gets this right. It is Rossi, it's hard, it's low, and it's back off the shins of a defender. Italy ranked number 1 in all-time Olympic Games football history. They've won 31 of their 58 games. And they've scored 121 goals with the one tonight. But notching up 100 points would be quite a milestone for them. And they've still got chances here of a second. Whipped across the face of that 18-yard area. And they're building up nicely here. This is a good run. He's pulled back in for Rocky. 2-0 Italy. Tommaso Rocky responds to what his coach said he would do. Casiraghi said Rocky will score goals at the Olympics, and Rocky's delivered. He's getting better and better for Casiraghi. 5 goals scored, none conceded, and this Italian side is looking menacing at the Olympic Games in Beijing. The 8th goal he's got in the colours of the country. And Sung Pyong has some organising to do here. There were enough blue shirts around, and a striker of Rocky's quality does not miss from there. The initial damage was done by Marco Motta. He was the one with the driving run, and it was Rocky with the shot into a vacant and very welcoming net. 2-0 Italy. And they're as good as in the quarter-finals. The goal came just before the 32-minute mark. And they're serving notice here, Italy, that they are going to be in with a big shout for a medal. They've not only won gold, as I told you, in Berlin in 1936, they've won bronze twice as well in Amsterdam 80 years ago, and much more recently in Athens 4 years ago, when their side included a number of players who went on to feature in the World Cup final victory over the French. Again in Berlin 2 years ago. They rather enjoy playing in Berlin, and they're enjoying playing here in Qinhuangdao. But here come the Koreans, lining up the shots. Cracked against an Italian defender there. It was Chu Young-pak who was at the heart of that. Kwang Hoon will knock one across here. It was a useful ball. But the Italians showing they can defend as well as they can strike. Their confidence soaring. There's been Some good work from Domenico Criscito in defence, the man from Genoa. Kwang Hoon's throw. Cleverly clipped in. He's given offside, which was a shame because it was a lovely little ball there from Chun Ho. He was offside. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the opening half. A very, very good half for Pierluigi Casiraghi's Italian side so far. Oh, it's lost here. Rocky. Motta. They really are dominating the ball. I'm enjoying the conditions playing in the evening here is suiting the Italians as well, rather than the earlier kickoff. The players who come from the likes of Rome and Genoa will be used to the heat. Ones from more northern areas of Italy, not so much. But it's been an impressive showing from the Italians. Always seems to be a man available. And if there isn't, they simply play it back amongst themselves. And then Coda releases Chigarini. He rarely seems to get much beyond halfway. Just sits in there, protecting his defence, prompting attacks like this one now involving Criscito. At long last, the ball is back in white hands, the white shirts of the Koreans, the Daegu Warriors. Could have been a nasty bounce, but in the end it turned out all right for Bocchetti. Here he is now. Coda, who plays at the Udinese club. How many passes have they put together? 2 or 3 times in this match. It really has been noticeable. I think that's partly attributable to the fact that the Koreans are happy to sit back and let them do so long as they're not causing them any damage. But they have got it right twice, the Italians already. Just look at the way the Koreans are approaching us. Nobody's actually attempting to take the ball off the man in possession. They're just waiting for the Italians to make a mistake in passing, which is a very interesting ploy from the Koreans, but to score goals and to win football matches, you do need the ball. Chigarini. Crowd were looking for more here. It bounces up into the hands of Sung Pyong. Now it's the Koreans' turn to see if they can monopolise the ball. Well, there's a bit more movement from them. A bit more advancement than the Italians were making. I always think it must be difficult for a coach to get the message across in the noise of a stadium. Body language is one thing, but hearing a message is completely different. I think he's put this too far. Yeah, he pulled it back, but the ball had gone out before Kwang Hoon hit it across into the arms of goalkeeper Viviano, who has been starved of any action. The 22-year-old goalkeeper of Italy, Emiliano Viviano, has hardly seen the ball in the 2 games that he's played. He did have to face a penalty against Honduras, but it was put hopelessly over the crossbar, so he couldn't really claim to have made a save. Rossi and Rocky have scored the goals. It's 2-0 Italy. Much of the Korean passing tends to be hopeful rather than positive. And the Italians are just happy to sort of play a bit of cat and mouse, bide their time before trying to find the incisive pass. They make the point again that they're not really being hustled. So let's see how many passes they put together here, the Italians. It's Giovinco. Criscito, across to Koda, and Bocchetti. Martirino wanted an involvement here, and he gets it now. It's a familiar scenario, this. The Italians just being allowed to push the ball around amongst themselves. Korea have a chance of doing something now. It's well won by Montolivo for Italy. One thing they have managed to do is mark Giovinco out of the game so far, Korea. Giovinco had that wonderful impact against the Hondurans. Has been barely visible in this match. The longer ball in, aimed at Rocky and steered to safety. Down to the goalkeeper. "40 minutes have gone by, coming up to 41. And still Korea can't find a way of breaking down this Italian rearguard. Must be one of the quietest halves a goalkeeper has ever had. I honestly don't think Viviano has made anything approaching a save. And if the Korean coach is a master tactician, then Park Sung-hwa has really got to earn his corn at half-time with his team talk. If he can find a way of getting shots in on Viviano's goal, he's a good man. And there's a good view of the Qinhuangdao Stadium. Montolivo flashed it across. Won't be anywhere near the ball, really. Least of all Rossi, but he does have a goal. Giuseppe Rossi's second of these Olympics. Three minutes to the break. And he sort of got away with that one a little bit. Across to Viviano. Looks a trifle older than the 22 years he claims to be. Well, I'm sure he is 22, but does look a bit older, Viviano. Free kick Korea. One by the number 8, Jungwoo Kim, who once scored a goal in the Olympics in a match against Mexico 4 years ago. Yes, he was in Athens, and here he is now in Beijing. What a wonderful sport. Well, any sport is that brings you to an Olympic Games. Roll down the line now for once. Shunho has moved across from the right side to the left and gets the ball in here, and there's the header that comes back off the crossbar. Very unfortunate there Chu Young might well have changed the complexion of this match. Instead of which, it's the Italians who break with Giovinco. 4 white shirts around. He manages to find a blue one. Rossi, left-footed, saved by Sung Pyong. Well, action at both ends of the field. Rossi close to a second goal, but for the intervention of Sung Pyong. But Korea might have had a goal of their own here. And this is unlucky. The header there from Chu Young had beaten goalkeeper Viviano and rebounded off the bar. Excellent play initially from Chun Ho. A minute left in the half. With very little added time, I would imagine. And the heavily tattooed Nocerino retreats here. Korean throw in. The Korean coach is just asking the 4th official Wolfgang Stark how long there is to go. And he'll tell him not very long, 20 seconds. Rossi does well to control this. Is there a third Italian goal to be had in these closing 15 seconds? Nearly the goal of the tournament. Rossi flashes it through. Well, that was a combination of skill and confidence with the final flourish, taking the shot across the face of the Korean goal. That would have been some effort from a fine young player, Giuseppe Rossi. And now we do literally have 45 seconds remaining of time added in this first half in Qinhuangdao. And Korea facing a 2-goal deficit to contemplate in their half-time team talk. They do have a free kick here. There will be a time given, I would imagine, by the referee to take it. Viviano has actually seen the ball bounce off his bar and post twice in these Olympic Games so far, but he's not conceded a goal as yet. Oh, and that one's out for a goal kick. I think it missed Koda, the tall defender. It's also missed Chu Young. And this should be half-time as soon as Viviano clears. Funny how referees always wait for that moment, as if they can't blow now, even though the time has elapsed. And that indeed is half-time here. Very good half indeed for Italy. Tommaso Rocchi with his first Olympic finals goal, adding to the one scored earlier by Giuseppe Rossi. It was his second. The Koreans unfortunate just before half-time when Chu Young Park's header came back off the Italian crossbar. But these Olympic Games are getting better and better for Pierluigi Casiraghi's side. They've scored 5 times, they've yet to concede. Halfway through this preliminary Group D match, 2-0 Italy.
Here's Mike McCann with the action.
Danger here. Aguero. Zadkovic trying to get it away. Aguero still. Messi. Messi over the top. Gago. Mascherano long, and a great stop there by Federici. Got the deflection in. Messi. Carney. But coming onto it now. Lavezzi, Messi again, Messi, goal surely. Oh, saved by Federici. Watch it now. Wide. Riquelme. Good move this by Australia. Zatkovic. Zaleski. Still going Zaleski. Still going Zaleski. What a brilliant move. Riquelme. They are teasing Australia at the moment. Messi. Messi. Still there. Federici. And Australia live to fight another day. What a match this is. What a moment for Troisi. We talk about some of these players with Barcelona, Real Madrid. Here's Thompson. Oh, no. Archie Thompson. Zabaleta. Messi hasn't had quite the influence that he did against the Ivory Coast when he scored one and set one up. Oh, spoken too soon, perhaps. Now it's Zabaleta from Espanyol and wants it back and leads Carney. Riquelme. He's got support there. Still there. Just off target. The likes of Troisi and Zaleski, Kilkenny. Oh, chance Australia! Chance Australia! Into the side of the netting. Oh, and he's just come on, Niki Rukavica. Here is Messi. Here is Lionel Messi. Still going Messi. Onto the left and wide. Oh my goodness. Riquelme, challenge from behind, Milligan. Riquelme still going, and now it's Messi, and now it's Riquelme, and now it's Di Mario, and now they've got the goal. Lavezzi. One star after another, they were lining up, and finally the deadlock is broken. Oh, good ball. Rupkovic. Oh, he didn't quite get onto it. Mascherano feeding it. And the referee looks at his watch and blows the whistle and says, full time, gentlemen, it's all over. Argentina have come away with a victory. They have beaten Australia 1-0 at the Shanghai Stadium.
And history does repeat itself. Argentina defeating Australia one more time. 1-0. Lavezzi, the scorer for the Argentinians on 76 minutes. And Argentina with 6 goals in the bag, of course, through already to the quarterfinals. The other match in that group being played as we speak, and it's half-time in that match, is between Serbia and Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. And the Africans surprised the Serbians very, very early in this match tonight with Cisse scoring just on 4 minutes. Cisse, who plies his trade in the Dutch Eredivisie with Roda JC. But Mirdakovic replied for Serbia on 15 minutes with a clinically taken goal. And the Serbs were back in it until a piece of misfortune on 24 minutes for them with an own goal by Rajkovic, the man who scored against Australia the other night. So that's how it stands at the moment, 2-1 to the Africans, the Ivory Coast against Serbia. Still to come, of course, the second half of Italy versus Korea in our feature match tonight. All that after this break. The football is hotting up in the 29th Olympic Games. Italy leading Korea at half-time in this Group D match. Rossi scoring in the 15th minute and Rocchi in the 32nd minute. And the action is just about ready to get underway for the second half. Let's go back to the Qinhuangdao Stadium, where our commentator is John Helm.
The big question now is, can Korea find a way back into this match against the favourites? They will work hard, they will work ceaselessly, but I'm not sure they've got the punch to disturb this Italian side. The coach Park did say before the game that they'd seen weaknesses in watching videos in the Italian defence. He thought that they could be exploited, but maybe crucially, the Italian coach made 2 defensive changes before this game, and those weak links that may have been identified have been plugged very much so by the introduction of Marco Motta and Andrea Koda. Change here for Korea, and coming on is Chung Yong Lee, who played in the game against in the opening game against Cameroon. And also coming on is Ji Hoon Bak. So a double switch here. The players replaced are Young Rock, number 9 Shin. He's going to give way as a striker, I would imagine, to Ji Hoon. Might be a change in formation as well. So a double switch made by the Korean coach. That's interesting. So Italy, having scored 5 times and not conceded at all, are very much in charge of this Group D in the Olympic Games. The preliminary round, and if they win this one, they will be through for definite to the quarterfinals. They will have 6 points. The game being played this evening is between Cameroon and Honduras. And here is that substitute, Chung Yong Lee. Korea did create a chance just before half-time. They were very unfortunate to see Chu Young Park's header come back off the crossbar. But Italy with a break on here. Rossi's made the run ahead and is onside, and Rossi tries to chip the keeper. He might have had a hat-trick already. In addition to the goal he has, he's twice just missed the target. But the thing about Giuseppe Rossi is he keeps coming back and he keeps looking for more goals. Better build-up here from Korea. They've more players forward, so maybe showing a little bit more ambition than they did in the first half, and they have a shot. There weren't too many of those in the first half, but this one from Ji Hoon. Well, that's why he's been brought on. Ji Hoon Bak come on in place of Young Rock. He didn't have a great deal of impact in the first half, to be fair. When he did, he gave away too many free kicks, possibly. That's a strange ball played all the way back here to Min Soo Kang. Still that question exists as to how Korea are going to break down a resolute Italian defence which has yet to concede. Marco Motta, who set up that second goal for Rocky with some excellent full-back play, making inroads with a dash into the opposition penalty area. Number 6 there, played in the World Under-20 Championships twice, in fact. Oh, and that's over the top, tipped over. It might well have been a goal from Giovinco out of absolutely nothing, but he was offside. Still, credit goalkeeper Sung Pyong because he made the save. It was the right call by the officials. He was not to know that. And an excellent reflex stop from Sung Pyong, which turned out to be fruitless. Towering header from Koda. And a free kick. Free kick Korea. Won by Sun Young. one of those who plays in Seoul, in the capital, FC Seoul. Italy here, looking menacing. Rocky's made a dash forward. Rossi on the ball. And he goes for goal, and it's cleared by Jin-Kyu. Chigarini, nicely away. And the Italians looking very sharp in midfield at the moment. Well played, Coda. He too has come in and done a good job. I do think the two switches that have been made by Casiraghi, the Italian coach, have made Italy a much better side than they were in that first game against Honduras. It's not being overcritical of the two players who've been replaced, but one of them in particular didn't have the happiest of nights. The ball in is looking good. And it was breasted down there, but only to an Italian midfielder coming back and doing his job, Chigarini. He knows exactly where he has to be on the field, and he does it well. An unspectacular role. Now Giovinco. Montolivio. And again a tireless run made by Motta. It's an engaging game now. And Korea trying to come back into this one. Offside flag will be raised though. Chu Yun-pak. And again the right call by the official on the far side, Norbert Schwab from Austria. Dongjin plays for Zenit St. Petersburg, and he's the most experienced man on the team at 26, and his club side actually won the UEFA Cup earlier this year in Manchester. They beat Glasgow Rangers by 2-0. Dongjin Kim getting an appearance in that game, and this is his second Olympics. Rossi squeezes the ball across, but straight to the welcoming Sung Pyong. Will clatter it downfield a long way. Italy seem to win just about every 50-50 ball. Montolivio straight out, straight to his coach in fact. Complete miskick allows Montolivio to get forward for the Italians. And, did that ball go out? It did just. Quarter-finalists 4 years ago in Athens, Korea. They lost to Paraguay on that occasion, but narrowly. Viviano's clearance. Montolivio. Dongjin, who played in the 2004 World Cup, Youth World Cup. More and more pressure being applied by the Azzurrini, and Rossi to get a free kick here. His side lead by 2. He has one of the goals. He has 2 in the tournament. And Italy look to extend that lead from the free kick. Rocchi and Bocchetti, Criscito are all in here. If they score again, I think you can count on Italy taking the 3 points. Rossi, if it's left-footed, and it is Rossi, well headed away. Good defending. And Korea ambitious enough to get plenty forward here. They may just have lost a little bit of impetus there. Now they seek to regain that impetus here. The Italians are getting back quickly, scurrying back, and they do well enough to concede a corner. Well, the break was led by the substitute, Chung Yong. But it was the captain again who came back there, Nocerino. Corner Korea. 2 goals behind in Qinhuangdao. Consecutive corners for the Koreans. Once again it will be Chu Young Park. Scorer of 4 goals in the qualifiers, trying to lay one on here. Well, the whistle goes. Oh, and the first real altercation in this game that we've seen. Tempers frayed just a little bit. The Korean player involved is Min Soo. He thought he'd been taken down by goalkeeper Viviano, actually. Anyway, the referee's calmed it all down. No further cards shown, just the one so far tonight. The Korean player Ju Jung-woo. What's gone on here? Giovinco suddenly is evident lying on the ground, clutching his face. I hope we're going to see a replay of this. And the Italians are very angry here with Jin-kyu, who could go off if that has been seen. And the problems for footballers nowadays is that there are so many cameras at games, they cannot get away with anything. And minimal damage, I'm sure, to Giovinco's nose. But contact was made. And if the referee's assistant saw that, then the Korean player will be in trouble. There's the hand, it comes out, straight out. A very unnecessary thing for 23-year-old Jin-kyu to do. He's got away with it. But maybe a message will be relayed to the referee. Watch out for the Korean number 6. You can't go swatting an opponent around like that. And the Koreans are 2 goals down, can ill afford any poor discipline. They have an attack here now. And the ball has got through. But how many blue shirts were around there when needed? As many as required, about 7 I would suggest. But Korea attacking nicely here. No free kick, a solid win of the ball. And then the break. Rocky storming after it. Covered every inch of the way by Min Soo. And it was Min Soo Kang who was involved in that little fracas before the second and perhaps more important one. Rocky's going off now. Well, he's done his job. He has a goal. And his replacement is Robert Aquafresca, who scored in the victory over Honduras, a penalty, but he did win it himself. So a chance for Aquafresca now to come on and maybe make an impact over the remaining 33 minutes. Rocky will be used sparingly. First substitution made by Kaziragi, whereas Korea made 2 at half-time. There's a little bit of needle developing between these sides. Giovinco. That time it was Aquafresca who went to ground. And again a lusty challenge. This one on Nocerino. There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think, from Chung Yong. Chung Yong Lee, who played 3 games in the World Under-20 Championships in Montreal last year. And it was a free kick. More work coming up for Sung Pyong here. From Giovinco's free kick. Giovinco from Juventus in Torino. Hard and low and almost all the way through. scrambling down at his near post. Sung Pyong just manages to make sure that Korea don't go 3 behind. Clever delivery from the little player, curling in all the way, and he scrambled it around the posts. And the player who took the free kick now takes the corner kick, with Italy trying to find a third goal. Somewhat scuffed the final effort there, Bocchetti. On the evidence of the 2 games played, Italy will be one of the favourites going into the quarter-finals. I'm pretty sure they're going to make it through, even though Viviano has to make a rare stop here. Italy have 1 foot in the last 8. 4 groups of 4, so it's pretty simple arithmetic that the top 2 from each group goes through. But Cameroon, Korea and Honduras likely to be contesting second place to the Azzurrini. Confirming their standing, they are of course second in the world rankings at the moment at senior level, behind Spain, winners of the recent European Championships. Not the easiest ball there for Viviano to control. He eventually gets it back up towards halfway, where it's won by the white-shirted Asian champions, who are now attack in number. They've 6 players up here around the edge of the area. Good ball across, and that will go out. Bocchetti's clearance presents Korea with a corner opportunity. How do you feel, the coach, if they can just get 1 goal, they'll still be in the match, even though they're 2 goals adrift right now. Chu Yun-pak with the corner. Some height on this, fisted away by Viviano. And a free kick. Ji-hoon there, coming on at half-time. He was actually substituted at half-time himself in the game with Cameroon. I wouldn't say that was the most convincing bit of goalkeeping I've ever seen. Rossi allowing it to run. Now he'll turn, always wants it on the left foot if he can get it there. Down he goes, he's got the free kick. And again the referee will be across very sharply. I told you the tempers will be becoming a little bit frayed here. Sung Young, the latest one, to get a lecture from the Austrian official. The last time Rossi took a free kick over here, the ball flew through the 6-yard area with nobody in blue getting a touch. They may try a similar ploy, try and get bodies in and around the goalkeeper. Any deflection can take the ball into the net. It's a flick. It was a flicked header that time from Cody. Andrea Cody, who scored in a defeat by Syria in the World Under 20 Championships in Holland 3 years ago. Koda just off the mark that time. 18 minutes gone in the second half. Korea definitely showing more adventure in this second period of the game, but it is Italy who have Rossi storming forward. Sung Pyong has to use the head. Did it well. That's rather sloppy defending, I'm afraid, from Min Soo Kang. The ball played straight out and rather hurriedly when there was no need to hurry. game against Honduras, it was noticeable that Italy definitely took their foot off the gas towards the end when they had the game won. That was a nice little touch. The Koreans have some ability and they have some pace here as well. And it's a lovely ball in and stabbed straight at the goalkeeper. The best move we've seen pieced together by the Koreans, led by Chung Yong. And then the ball across, just eluding Yoon Ho Lee. Rossi for Italy. This is good passing, excellent passing indeed. And Rossi, well, he stumbled and he tried to get the pass through. He was caught actually and will need some treatment. But Korea are continuing, which is their prerogative, and they will eventually have a corner, but I suspect that the physiotherapy may be required for Rossi before that corner can be taken. And he's indicating that he got a boot, I think, in his chest. He slipped as he tried to play a ball through. In fact, he did play the ball, but straight to an opponent. And then when he went down, he stayed down. Here it is, Giuseppe Rossi. He stumbled, you see. There was no foul on him. And then just a collision. No blame attached, I don't think, to the Korean opponent. What language the player and official are conversing in there? Not to my knowledge, does the Austrian official. Apart from Kam Samida, maybe. Eventually, Korea will take a corner with 24 minutes to go in which to redress the balance. Two goals Italy have. Korea looking for one back. Kaziragi knows they're not there yet. Chu Young-park gives a signal. 5 white shirts involved here. Each and every one of them covered. It was Koda whose head got that one away to safety. Young defence, obviously. Mota at 22, Bocchetti 21, Criscito 21. And they're being extended here by a Korean rally, which is producing a number of corner kicks. Koda there completing that defensive quartet I was naming. He's 23 and the oldest of the quartet. Can Korea find a goal and give us a grandstand finish to this match? They themselves were caught from behind by Cameroon in the opening game. It's long and the keeper fumbles. Still a chance here. It's lobbed into his arms eventually. Deflected. The final effort not strong enough from Dongjin. And Viviano still has not been beaten. What's happened here now? Shake of the head. He's claiming he was hit on the chin. Chun Ho. It was a slight flick of the arm from Koda. Flick of the finger. It wasn't exactly Mike Tyson, was it? Stronger challenges than that to come in the years ahead. Italy 2, Korea 0, as you see from that caption, with less than 22 minutes separating Italy from a guaranteed place in the quarterfinals of the Olympic Games in China 2008. How far this talented Italian side can go. There looks to be quite a togetherness about them, led by Casiraghi and Zola. And we have some outstanding individual talent as well. This is Montolivio, and now Motta. Been impressed by him. He's crossed this far this time just a fraction long. Korea obviously need to find a way back into this game as quickly as possible. They must push forward. The danger being they will get caught on occasions. A piece of the turf has really been dug up there. The black speck you can see on the left hand side of your picture. This is a good ball through. Aquafresca just getting there in time to run it out. Korea's through. Italian sides, should we say, notoriously good at defending their net. Catenaccio is the phrase. They concede very few goals at any level, and these young players are being brought up in the same mould as their seniors. Not a free kick and a yellow card this time. The referee's just about had enough. And Jong-yun is the second Korean player booked tonight. They have 3 bookings in all in the tournament. Kim Jin-chu, the other one from the first game. I don't think Italy would be allowed to go through the motions in this one so much. But they are holding their lead fairly convincingly. Do have to admire the organisation of their defence. They start from the back, but they've shown they've got some talented players in both midfield and attack as well. Well, the first principle for Italians is do not concede and you can't lose. Now they'll look to prosper moving forward with Giuseppe Rossi, who scored that fine first goal. Rocky, who got the second one, has since been substituted. This will be a free kick from Mikey Guerini. That's definitely not worth a yellow card, but no more is the message to Chun Ho. An ungainly lunge. 18 minutes left. Italy 2-0 up. The longer ball is from Bocchetti. Italy will be quite happy with a 2-0 score to add to the 3-0 they secured against Honduras. Consecutive 3-0 wins would be very impressive. But they need one more to make that happen. Crescito. Good long ball here. And he almost took it down and almost completed the job there, Giovinco. But there have been good performance from Italy throughout the side. People talk about the spine of a football team. Well, Viviano has not perhaps been at his best in goal tonight, but he hasn't had a great deal of work to do. But Motta in particular in defence has been outstandingly good. Montolivio in midfield and Rossi in attack. Motta's clearance this time picked up by the substitute Ji-hoon. And then Sung-young. See, the Italians are pushing Korea back again. You have to hit hopeful balls like that, diagonal ones into the corners and chase, but to no avail this time for Chung-yong. It's looking like hard work for the Asian champions. And without calling it a stroll, it's looking like an easy passage into the last 8 for the Italians. 2-0 says the giant scoreboard in the background. And very colourful lettering. Tend not to make too many mistakes either, which is critical at this level of the game. They've got some pressure in here. And, between them, those defenders, first of all Bocchetti and then Coda, make sure the ball is safely delivered back to goalkeeper Viviano. Tall and imposing, the Italian defence. Cameroon can extend them in the third and final game of this group remains to be seen. That game to be played on the same day as Korea meet Honduras. It may be a battle for wooden spoon, but we shall see. Jinkyu. Dongjin. They're getting absolutely nowhere here, Korea, and then when they do hit a long ball, there are 2 blue-shirted defenders to mop it up. It was as simple as that for the Italians, and they're not breaking sweat at the moment. And, they will make a switch here, sensible. The player relieved will be Koda, who is a defender. Oh, now then, I think they've made a sudden change. Sudden change of mind. I think there was confusion over the number, so the referee will say let's play on. Undoubtedly the player coming on was Ignacio Abati, who is a wide player, and it looked like they were taking off Coda, who has been playing as a defender, and now a change of mind. It's Giovinco, the midfielder, who will be withdrawn. Well, they almost got it very, very wrong there on the Italian bench. Somewhere along the line there was a breakdown in communications. And a little wave from Giovinco. He doesn't quite get the ovation he got last time around. He said he was most flattered and surprised to get the adulation of the fans here in Qinhuangdao after his performance against Honduras. Korea are no nearer a goal than they were in the first minute of this match. They've hit the bar once. You may remember in the first half, Chu Young Park, very unlucky. Takes again from Dongjin. Well, they must be psychologically wondering how on earth they're going to break Italy down. Well, maybe from a free kick. This is one rare opportunity that Korea will have to bring people forward with 12 minutes to go. In fact, they choose a quick route. Noticeable there down on the touchline. You may just have got a glimpse of Rocky, the player who was substituted earlier in the half, having a quick word with Kaziragi. So it looks as though Rocky is not just a player here, he's also a part of the management team, so to speak, the coaching side. And having been on the pitch, he will know better than anybody just who might be wilting in the heat of China. Italy are definitely edging towards the quarter-finals. They're in cruise control. Dongjin, short for Chang Yun, one player who comes from Ulsan Hyundai. And then a win of the ball for the Italians here, and this is where they're dangerous. Oh, this could be a red card offence. Abate was pulled back there on his way towards goal. Now it's going to be yellow, but the Koreans are starting to lose a little bit of discipline here. Abate has pace, and he was definitely pulled back there by Min Soo Kang, and that will be a yellow card. The third of the night for a Korean. They've actually shown the wrong man there, because that was Sung Young. He definitely did the pulling back. Italy look for a third goal to cement their position at the top of the group. It won't come from that poor effort. Far too high. Tigrini. As it was number 12, Sung Young, who got that yellow card, and not Min Soo. Doesn't alter the fact that 3 Koreans have been booked now tonight. Italy's attack. Pulled back dangerously across the 18-yard area, but nobody quite forward enough to take advantage. Rossi, the latest to require a helping hand, and he gets it as well, sportingly, from Dongjin. Korea will be disappointed with their output of just 1 point from 2 games. Italy will make the third and final switch of their personnel, and it will be a first opportunity at the Olympic Games for Daniele De Sena, who plays at Sampdoria, the Genoa club. Rossi gives way to him. So De Sena, who is a 21-year-old player, born in Parma, and now playing for Sampdoria. Abate, back for Motta. Less than 10 minutes remaining. As Italy look for a third goal, and Motta run here, and he's just taken it a touch too far and almost got a touch of cramp. In fact, down he goes now. We know the feeling. The tightening of the muscle. Oh, that's very sporting. Every footballer knows what it's like, and Jin-Kyu is helping out a stricken opponent. Marco Motta here, he gets around the defender, you can see, and he just pulls up there. Horrible. And down he goes. Kaziragi, I think, well, now that his side is well on the way here to a place in the last 8, and of course if you finish top of your group, you then play a side that finishes second in one of the other groups, so there is an advantage in being there. Now Italy could have to play out the last few minutes here with 10 men, because they've made all 3 of their switches. Giovinco, Rocchi and Rossi have all been replaced, so for the moment they are 2 goals up, but they are 1 man down. I don't think they'll be overly concerned. They should be able to protect a 2-goal lead with 6.5 minutes to go. The Koreans had their best spell of this game early in the second half. That's a shocking giveaway of the ball though. That's not a good pass either. Straight through a tired ball, that one, really. Kwang Hoon from the Jeonbuk Motors Club. Korea 2 wishing to make a switch. The man poised to come on will be Jung Chol from Yokohama. The World Cup final was, of course, played in 2002, Brazil and Germany. Those two Ronaldo goals that day, I'm sure you remember. Winning the World Cup for Brazil. It all happened in Yokohama. But the substitute has to wait for a stoppage in play until he can come on. Unlike some sports, rugby for example, of course, where players come and go willy-nilly. They lift a board, on comes one player, off comes another. Here you have to wait for a stoppage in play. Korea have a chance here. Not for very long. It was whipped away there from Chun Ho. First thing Desena does is give the ball back to the opponent. Dongjin now. One goal for Korea would suit them nicely. Just affect their position in the table in terms of goal difference, and they'll get this latest free kick, and that means they can make a substitution as well. The foul by the one, number 7, Ricardo Montelivio, on the other, Jang Yun-woo, and it is Jang Yun who's going off. In fact, number 7 replaced here then by Jung Chol. Long and it's wide. So Qinhuangdao looks like being a very happy place for the Italians. Played 2. It looks like being 1-2. Although mysteriously they've got a corner given against them here. It looks as though that ball just went straight out. But Korea are still no nearer a goal. The hapless effort there. There is the substitute, Jung Chol on in place of Jang Yun-woo. Well, it's been a reasonably polished performance from the Italians. Maybe they continue to create a little less than they would like. 2 goals coming in the first half, a snap effort from Giuseppe Rossi, and Tommaso Rocchi having been set up by the excellent Marco Motta. Korea is still coming, still looking and still hoping, but still finding the Italians a formidable obstacle. They've got to explore different avenues. They do now. They look for a 1-2. There was no free kick. In by Min-Soo Kang. Korea play nice football, but there's nothing really decisive at the end of it. Stabbed forward and covered again. Count the blue shirts in your picture, and that tells a tale of how the Italians defend in depth, and they defend so successfully. But the onus is on the opposition to find a way through. But nobody has done as yet, and Italy have been playing for almost 180 minutes in these Olympic Games. And I would suggest that the 2 opponents they've had, Honduras and tonight Korea, have summoned up between them possibly 5 or 6 chances, that is all. Viviano has barely made a save in the Italian goal. Honduras missed a penalty, and Korea hit the bar. That apart, the Italians have defended stoutly. Nocerino. That's a free kick. Nocerino, a tireless worker. Really leads by example as the captain, the man from Palermo in Sicily. Short free kick. No point in doing anything too dramatic to now. Exactly 1 minute left on the clock. Italy 2 goals up. Won't get a third, I don't think, from this attack. But Korea, to be honest, have been almost clueless in how to break the Italians down. No matter how many people they've tried to get forward, creating chances has been virtually impossible for them. And again, the blue shirts are withdrawn. And it's all sort of frantic for the Koreans. Just scrambling, trying to get any clear ground whatsoever. None to be had. And the Italian break is led here by the enthusiastic striker Acquafresca. Yeah, it's off the inside, but surely the follow-up is there from Montolivo. Italy have repeated their scoreline against Honduras. It's Italy 3, Korea 0 this time. 6-0 the aggregate for the Italians. They're top of Group D. They're storming into the quarter-finals of the Olympic Games football competition. The first goal of the Olympics for Montolivo. A fifth for his country. And the player from Fiorentina has guaranteed Italy's progression into the last 8. They are looking good, the Azzurrini. The hard work was done by Acquafresca. It came back off the inside of the post, but just when Korea thought they'd escaped, Montolivo made sure. Crisp as you like. Grazia. 3-0 right on the 90-minute mark. And Montolivo adds his name to those of Rossi and Rocky as scorers in Qinghangdao tonight. And it could affect the Koreans in terms of goal difference as well, of course, because they are now -3 in the tournament. As were Honduras when they lost to the Italians. 4 additional minutes. Well, there have been a few stoppages for cramp and substitutions and the like, but we are already a minute and a half into that stoppage time. As Korea look for some solace and have a free kick. It would certainly to be their benefit if they could score just once here and get a better result than Honduras achieved. But I think the balance of power between Europe and Asia here is seen only too starkly by the Korean coach, who thought his team would get a goal tonight, but they've had hardly a chance. And they've 2 minutes of stoppage time left in which to procure one. From Park. Oh. Well, I have to say that I've not been overly impressed by Emiliano Viviano's punching tonight. This one was swirling wide. Not sure whether he was exactly sure of his whereabouts there. As Korea force a corner with 90 seconds remaining. In it comes, and Viviano again gets hands on ball, but not cleanly. Grabs it at the second attempt. The goalkeeper from Brescia, who is keeping out the Atalanta goalkeeper, Andrea Consigli. But he's figuring in a strong, bravado Italian performance again. 2 games played. 6 points gained, 6 goals scored, none conceded, unless Korea get one now in the next 40 seconds, which is highly unlikely. And the portents are very good for Pierluigi Casiraghi. His side could not have done much more than win its games and score without letting in once. Desena. He'll be happy to have got a few minutes under his belt as a player in this match. In fact, fact, it means that every single player, barring the substitute goalkeeper for Italy, has played a part in these two games, with the 3 switches that were made for this match, which has ended very much to Italian satisfaction. 2 goals in the first half, 1 from that man in the second. Montolivio adding to the goals from Rossi and Rocchi. It's looking very sweet for Pierluigi Casiraghi. Korea failed to score, just as Honduras failed to score against the Italians, and in truth, they never looked like breaking the Italian resistance. The Azzurrini are impressive, and the smiles say it all. And the goals have come from all quarters in the 2 games they've played. So in this preliminary Group D match, Italy guarantee their progression to the quarterfinals with a 3-0 beating of Korea.
So some kind of minor revenge, I guess, for the Italians for that famous loss they suffered to Korea in 2002 World Cup under very contentious circumstances. There they go. They go through to the quarterfinals. They have 1 more match to play, of course. And because in the earlier match, Cameroon defeated Honduras 1-0. They have 4 points. Korea have their 1. So 1 more round to play. Let's talk about Group A, in which Australia suffered their first defeat of these games, the Australian football team, losing to Argentina 1-0 earlier. In the other match in Australia's group, which has just finished as I speak, 4-3 victory to the Ivory Coast. The first goal coming on the 4th minute of play from Cisse. So a high-scoring, very entertaining match, this one. Then Mirdakovic replied for the Serbs in the 15th minute. But the Ivorians would have none of that, and they went on to take a 2-1 lead on 24 minutes, courtesy of an own goal by Rajkovic from a corner, and that made it 2-1 to the Ivory Coast. And that's how they turned at half-time. Then in the second half, this excellent goal from Salomon Kalou set up a 3-1 scoreline, and that's how it stayed right until stoppage time. And then the Serbs came back with a goal by Rakic in the 90th minute. And in the 92nd minute, Javinho with this goal for the Ivory Coast. So the Ivorians finishing up 4-2. And here is the table as it looks at the moment. Argentina on top with 6 points going through, of course. Ivory Coast have 3 points. Serbia and Australia on 1 point. And the Ivory Coast will play Australia in their next match. Serbia will play Argentina. And both Australia and Serbia will have to win in order to survive. Don't forget that the Argentinians quite likely to use a second-string team for that final group match. Okay, time for a short break now. Don't go.